everyone, and welcome to a new series that I'm doing, Analyze This, where we go through accounts and, I give a bit of tips and tricks to sort of improve it. So this is episode 1. Welcome. Today I have on the show Avalanche. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, so can you just tell us a bit about yourself, what drew you to the game, how long you've been playing, stuff like that?
Well, I've only been playing, I think I'm in about 140 days now. I started playing this game because I used to play another similar game, and I had a bunch of friends come over and start playing this, and I sort of took to it, and I've been enjoying my experience since.
Awesome. So before we go forward, just to sort of see where we'll go for the advice, what are your spending habits like in this game? Are you a whale, dolphin, guppy, whatever?
Oh, I would say definitely a guppy. When I started, I got a few key teams early, and Guardians, Mercs. I did get Sin 6. Other than that, I'm a sucker for any $2 deal that comes around. But I don't buy gear. I don't buy the vast majority of things. I won't spend $50 on a character. Other than Thanos one time. My bad.
Not ideal. No, that's fine. So let's just jump right into it. With your campaign, how far are you in the campaign, and what are you trying to work towards in that? Before we go to your roster.
So I just hit level 70 3-4 days ago ish. I can't really remember. So as far as campaign, I just finished Hero 7.1.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That unlocks Villain 7.1, which is a work in progress. And as far as Nexus and Cosmic, those are done. They've been done as soon as they were able to. DD2, I am currently sitting with 4 nodes left after 1 day.
Nice.
So that is hopefully on the horizon and get me a nice Ultron.
He's a good character.
Yeah, so pretty much just feeling the gold crunch, and judging from my roster, I'm probably going to be feeling a training module crunch in a day or 2.
Very good. All right, well, let's go to your characters. You sent screenshots before the episode, so I sort of know what I'm dealing with. So if you just want to break down, who's your arena team at the moment?
So my arena team is a pure offense team, which I'll actually just go to arena because it's just easier that way. My arena team is... If I hit battle, it's going to go right in, right? Yeah, we're okay.
No,
there we go.
All right, so you're using a bit of a BKT team.
A bit of a BKT. It's basically a straight-out offense. I'm trying to delete characters before they get to go. Marvel, of course, is a stellar offensive character. I've got her set up with an ISO with Skirmisher to set up vulnerable. Rocket goes next with his attack with Groot, and he is set up as Striker, so he goes again. It's fairly devastating. And then Minerva's there to pick up the pieces, sort of thing.
Have you tried anything other than the BKT, or that's still your strongest team? Because you did mention that that's your DD2 team, except for Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so this is basically I've concentrated on building one team to be more efficient. Now, when I started my arena team, I was 15. I think it was 15,000. So I got
1,500.
It was higher than that. I got super late in my card. And it took me a long time to claw up, but now I can finish anywhere from 100 to 250, depending on the day. and how much effort I put in. But it's all the same rewards either way. So, yeah, I've concentrated on, due to advice I've had from a lot of people, sort of concentrating on one team that's going to do everything I need. Maybe nothing perfect, but that way I've got all my resources in one basket.
Yeah, no, resource management game, you definitely need to save those resources. T4s, before we move on, yeah, what T4s do you have?
So I kind of went crazy on my BKT because I wanted it to be my DD2 team. So I have passive on Star-Lord.
Yep.
Rocket, I kind of went a little overboard maybe, but I stand by my poor decisions, and I'm ready to reap that benefit. So I did get 3 on him.
Yep.
I am not getting the basic, even though I really think with him being a striker, it actually would probably be a relatively cheap and quite good investment. Well, but I haven't needed it yet.
Well, I mean, using them in Arena, obviously, the focus that I sort of tell people is, start with Arena, move to a Raid, and then War sort of comes in a bit later after that. Probably slots even behind just trying to go through the campaign. What team are you using? You just said you unlocked 7.1 in villains. What team are you using for that the first 3 nodes? I believe
it's either AIM, Hydra, or Sin 6, and I have chosen OG Sin 6.
Yep.
Mostly because I built this team up before the other 3 even came into the game.
Yep.
Due to the fact that it unlocks 2 legendaries, so I took them all to Gear 50 or level 50 and Gear 9, and then I sort of realized after a while that I needed a team to do those first 3 nodes, and I thought, well, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound on these 5, and so now with the influx of cash I've been getting from DD2, I first finished off my team for Hero 7.1, which was just a ramshackle thing.
Yep.
That was basically SSM and AV carrying it to a 1-star and good enough. Then these guys I need to do 3 nodes with, all at least 1 star. So with 3 tech guys, my main tech guys are already done for my BKT, so I've got free gear for that. Obviously not sitting here, but I will have.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that putting the 3 pieces or the 3 tech people will carry, so I don't have to put as much bio gear on. Because of course, symbiotes.
And so the AIM team is probably the most efficient way to do those nodes.
Yeah.
Can you just bring up your AIM team?
Well, I thought about that, doing it originally, and what it boiled down to was a training module and a cash inflow crunch.
And the star, you've got higher stars than your Sinister 6. Better red stars too.
I've got big red stars, and I heard unequivocally from every person I've talked to that this was the best team to take in.
Yep.
But I did hear from several people that had used Sin 6 and at Gear 10, 11 with a lot less stars than I have, red stars. So I looked at it and went, I don't have the sheer gold to raise these guys to level 7. I mean, it's I believe about 3 million a piece.
Oh, something maybe ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, right there, that's 15 million gold.
And look, like it. I mean, I've said on my streams and stuff as well. Like AIM is the most efficient way. That's only because about 126 was how I was able to finish the first 3 nodes. But it also came down to I had a lot of shards, so you'd have to farm some shards. You'll need it in Doom 2 campaign, but I mean you've still got some wilder. You're still trying to go for the Hella node there, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So
and that had also come out. The Doom 2 news had come out after I'd already started buffing my Sin 6, which kind of a bit of a kick in the pills, but
Just something to look over your and I mean obviously it's a gold crunch, but 71 will get you a better. So there's a couple of levels that you sort of want to reach to. Like I think it's like 55, 60, 65, 71, and then 75. And you get a big boost at 71. And you've got a lot of characters at 70. I know it costs a lot of money and training resources might be an issue for you, but just to put that in the back of your mind.
Yeah. So as far as experience wise, I'm looking at I need looks like just over 10k experience.
So a couple of days.
That breaks down to about about 6 days ish, depending on spending full energy and everything like that.
That's just more of a tip. Going forward after 71, 72, 3, 4. Yes, you get some stats, but the big stats are 71 and 75 if you want to save money. Awesome. So you said with Dark Dimension 2, you're doing the BKT team.
Yes.
How are you finding Dark Dimension 1, or you haven't even bothered about that yet?
I actually don't qualify for it yet.
Oh, not enough 6 stars.
I do not have enough 6 stars. I actually just started refarming Groot for it.
Yep.
Because then I'll have Rocket Groot. Sadly Mantis, but whatever, she's a healer.
Yep.
Now keep in mind that the Guardians, I farmed them up to 5 and I stopped. So it's literally been whatever the game has given me after that.
Cool.
I think like I just started farming Groot at 160. Again, they just gave me that many shards. The game did. So Rocket, I farmed him to 5-star, and it gave me another 140 shards, 240 shards.
240, yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Mysterio.
Yep.
I pulled him in a 100 mega orb and a 50 mega orb. So that was interesting.
No, you don't.
What's that?
I was just going to say, did you actually get Invisible 6-star, but Shocker's at least 5 stars, so that's fine.
Yeah, Shockers, yeah. So, yeah, that's... And to be honest, I wasn't pushing for anybody at 6-star. Had I known better, I could have got Star-Lord to 6-star, but I don't feel like that would have been better than getting ready for the next Legendary.
Yeah, I got him at 6-star the second time round, so nothing bad about that. So before we actually analyze and sort of work on some teams to sort of help you out in like war and raids and stuff like that, how's your alliance? Like, what size is it? What are they sort of? I don't know if specialize is the right word, but there's certain game modes that they like.
Yeah, so my alliance is sitting at about 122 million. I am the smallest fish in the pond at 1.3 million. I came in with a group of friends. They loved our activity. So they brought us all on. We had varying sizes of accounts too. Our top guy is, I believe, 9.4 million.
Yep.
Somewhere in there. So we have a giant diversity of people in our alliance. As such, war is something we're trying to get better at. It's not easy because we string together 3 wins and then we get, we really take it hard in the last one because we've got a few people that are sub 2 million and there's not a lot we can do in a big war.
That's fair enough.
There's just not. If they've got if they're short a guy or two, we can take out some default teams. We each have, probably one really good team and maybe a couple B teams. But even our really good teams are, they're 300k maybe.
Cool. The reason I asked that is because obviously the focus on certain things. So what you told me, obviously, how you're going with the campaign, what you're working towards, is a better better way to analyze something. Like, if you're in a smaller roster, not roster, small alliance, right? Like, if you're all a million, maybe you need to focus a little bit about having those teams brought up a little bit faster. But knowing that you're the smallest one in the alliance, and that's actually not too bad for you because it means that they can help carry you to get better rewards for raids and stuff.
They carry me like a lunch pail. That's great.
Before we go into sort of going forward, what raids are you currently doing for both Greek and
we are doing we're doing U7. Which even at this level, my BK team is able to contribute.
Yep.
It's not great, but I do okay. Just looking down here. There you go, 6.8.
Hey, you're not at the bottom, right? You're not at the bottom.
I'm not at the bottom, and I am the smallest guy. So,
yeah,
What
team are you using for the raid?
I am using full BKT for the raid.
Okay, yep. I used that in the beginning as well.
It's slow. You don't do a great amount of damage, but by virtue of living a long time, you can tend to whittle people down.
Yeah.
Quite often what happens is I've got my BKT team, and I will either start out with a Sin 6 team, which is sitting about 110k-ish.
Yep.
And I will throw that in to eat a bunch of specials and stuff, and then come in with BKT, and then I can usually, clear off a node. I think on this particular Ultimus, I think I cleared 4 nodes, which I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah,
and now, granted, they're the earlier nodes. They're the easier nodes, but whatever.
You gotta start somewhere, right? You gotta start somewhere.
That's how I feel. Now, as far as the Greek raids go, if I can get my Cosmic lane, she's all the way to the top with BKT, baby.
So, from my understanding, you because I like to tailor these, right? So you don't really need help with teams for the strike raid, is what I'm hearing.
No,
you're pretty good with
the
changes.
That's fine. Yep.
We are going to talk about war. As I said, I probably recommend not focusing on war because of the huge gap, right? You said, you're 9 million. I saw a screenshot where you had most of them are above 5 million, most of your guys. So you're not really going to add too much to that. I did notice a couple of things that I would probably recommend. So you've got the first wave of Avengers with Vision. That's fine. Whoever you want to chuck it on your 5th. Vision's fine, Ant-Man or something like that. If you depend on who you got up, right? Marauders are really good. Mercs are a really good one. X-Men, you probably want to have as offense moving forward. You got your minion shield team. So my recommendation is keep your X-Men. Pull the X-Men off and chuck in the Asgardians. They're a really good war defensive team.
Okay. I've been using them on offense just because I didn't have much. But to be fair, I think you're right. It's not like I can take out much with them.
Look,
they're only about 110k right now because hell is pretty weak. So
you take the goods with the bads, right? When you're in a big alliance, they're helping you increase your power a lot quicker than being in a small alliance. But then with war,
and I can throw in a character and just pop a boost, and I have no problem running around, popping boosts and eating up specials so that
team
a
player.
big one is Marauders. Marauders are such a nightmare to face. If you can go in there and eat that clone, and somebody else can go in and just walk through it.
Yeah, no, I actually beat it on our war today, but I had to go through another Phoenix. It was a pain. And then you got Power Armor, good defenders, and Red Hydra, so Red Skull Hydra. Looking at what teams you do have, that's probably the best you have. And then you were saying before that you on Warfence you use BKT, Sin 6, Symbiotes, and now you'll use X-Men where you can. Noting that you're probably versing 200 plus K teams, probably even more. Throwing resources in a war is definitely not a priority that I would recommend at this point. Can you go into Blitz and go to your teams?
Ignore the fact that I've done almost nothing today because that's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Yes. So unfortunately, being only level 70, I still only have 15 teams, which
I'll be able to see your biggest ones. That's fine. So you got your BKT team.
yeah,
Recommend going forward with the position for your BKT team. You want Thanos in the middle. So if you swap Thanos and you swap Star-Lord, reason for that is he'll give a lot more energy to Minerva so she can do her reses and stuff. And Star-Lord will just be putting his spare energy into Rocket. So he'll be able to do all that damage. Symbiotes, as you said, you're working on them for your raid. They are a very good raid team, so I would recommend putting some T4s inside, especially in Sinister Spider-Man and Carnage. You're going to want to take them into Dark Dimension 3. And I understand it's a it's a massive buy crunch, but AV is a really good one to have there as the third.
So that's one of the things that I am trying to figure out is a long-term viability of all 5 of them, and whether they go together, whether they make 2 teams. You know, I just, especially like I have not even looked at DD3. I honestly have not. So that's one of the things going forward that I need to. I really planned for DD2 because I knew I wasn't going to be able to hit DD1 first.
Yep.
And I was told, just hold on. When you get Ultron, you go back to DD1, you clear it out. You're fine.
Essentially, yeah.
So now it's this DD3 where now it's specified nodes and that sort of thing. So that's the other thing going forward is I'm going to need a solid plan, and I want to plan now versus later.
So
basically what I'm going to need is actually, to be honest, looking at my roster to say, okay, so what do I take? What do I plan on taking as major characters into DD3?
Yep.
I know SSM is one, and as you've said, Carnage is good, and so is AV. So that's, I've got no problem taking those 3 up.
Minerva's a really good one. Something to note. So you're going to want Phoenix for those global nodes. However, the first 4 nodes you can take anyone in there as long as they're Gear 14. So, and we'll talk about legendaries at the end. But remember that you can still get these characters up to at least do the first 4 nodes, which is a couple of extra gold orbs, T4s. You get some elite credits and an Omega as well. So there is a potential that you can kick off that. Symbiote, Spider-Man, Carnage, as I said, you can use them in the city nodes. And chances are they're probably going to be really good in DD4 as well, looking way into the future, right? So definitely those 2 are the recommendation, with a couple of T4 thrown in on there as well. Plus with U7.5, you can auto essentially with the symbiote. So definitely a good team to invest in. Your Sin 6, we've talked about that. Instead of AIM, you go on Sin 6. You have to let us know how that goes once you get through all 3.
See what the final tally was in power.
Yeah. As I said, putting those as Guardians on defense is because they get a lot of bonuses and stuff like that. So definitely highly recommended on that one. Your Marauder team's very good team. Emma, so Hela's going to be one that you're going to work. You'll want to work towards Dark Dimension 3, and so is Emma. Emma's really good. So is Sinister.
I've heard Sinister too. So that's and Sinister is a boatload of fun to play. So I sort of already want to do that. So.
The only way I'm playing Doctor Doom is to throw my Sinister in and be able to copy him. We've got the X-Men, the Brotherhood. So we'll talk about the legendaries in a moment.
Obviously, that'll get fixed once end of November comes around.
Cool. Yeah. And look, my main thing would be for you to focus on your arena, moving into raids. With your BKT so strong, and you're actually able to hold your low hundreds, right?
I'm high hundreds. Anywhere from 100 to 200 as a rule.
Put some resources into symbiotes, and that can be both your arena and your raid team, and I think you'll have a good time there. Pendant, obviously, legendaries. And then your DD3, as I said, so DD1's one of those ones where you finish DD2, you're doing BKT, you got 2 nodes left or something, which is awesome.
4 nodes left,
Yeah, so you have to do it twice to be able to take Ultron in there because it's a 5 and then a 7-star.
Yeah.
But I pretty much did that too. I did a slightly modified BKT team, and then I went back with Ultron, and you pretty much walk over it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then Dark Dimension 3, I've given you some characters there, and for you to sort of work towards at least doing those first 4 nodes before you unlock Phoenix and then moving her straight into there. We could talk way more into the future, but I think at the moment that's some pretty good stuff. We'll skip over to legendaries now. Now, so you're working on legendaries. We just had Invisible Woman, which you would have obviously unlocked.
Yes, I got her 5-star on auto.
Very nice, very nice. How are you tracking for? So Fury's the next one. How are you tracking for Fury?
I'm gonna miss Fury now. Fury was not a priority for me per se.
Yep.
It was.
Nice
I already
to
have the Blitz character. I have the Oracle pretty close to. I could direct farm it no problem in time.
Yeah.
But I have been opening orbs for pretty much everything now, just due to efficiency. But as far as the 3 farms here, as you see, they're all 4-star. I just wasn't going to make it in time. But what I've been doing is I burn 50 cores, all the 50 core refreshes of energy in a day, because I'm trying to get experience, gold, and training mats.
He's definitely one of the easily skippable ones. Very good at ward defense, so he can be thrown in your shield team.
Yeah, so I sort of wanted to do him just to sort of repay my guild for packing me around like a lunch pail, but that's okay. They're not mad at me, so
awesome.
I did what I could. I'm gonna miss it this time, but for sure I'll get it next time. This is the only. So I started just before the last Star-Lord started.
Okay, so this is your second time around.
Well, yeah, I think I started and Star-Lord was that week.
Okay, so around June.
So effectively, Star-Lord at October 19th was my first go at getting all of the legendaries. So I've got Star-Lord.
Nice.
Invisible Woman. I am going to miss Fury, which I'm kind of sad about. As far as Magneto goes, I am easily in Magneto. I've got, I think, 6 or 7 characters to qualify for him.
Yep.
That'll be no problem. And Black Bolt makes me want to cry because I already know,
Heller, I think.
even though it's a month and a half away, that there's almost no chance I'm going to get it.
So, noting that, how close you, before, because Ebony Maw requires Black Bolt, so if you're not going to get Black Bolt, probably not a stress about getting your humans ready. How are your X-Force? Is there a chance that you can get that Doc Ock? Because he's going to improve greatly your Sin 6.
So X-Force is not bad. Like I said, I'm opening Blitz Orbs to get, because all my direct farms are done.
Yep.
For unlocks. I'm farming for unlocks to start with. So this is where my X-Force is at.
Mostly 4-star? Cool.
So, yeah, Negasonic is going to be... I have to get to the Doom campaign. I guess I could get lucky and pull an orb here or there. She's really not that far away, but kind of far away when you can't farm it. Domino, I don't know. I want to say I get 1 in 7 orbs, 1 in 8 orbs that are Domino, so that's not bad. I only open Blitz orbs. I don't mess around with that anymore. And as far as raid orbs, which I believe both of these are, right?
No, you can farm Cable. And X-23 is actually War.
Right. So X-23, I've been picking away at her. Not getting too crazy just because, honestly, I had a gear crunch to get into DD2. And even though you should never, ever spend war credits on gear, I had to because I wanted to get into DD2.
No, war gear, as long as it's not, what gear was it?
I was buying orange gear with it.
Oh, that's alright, that's good. You don't want to buy blue or purple gear with it. Or a
No,
bunch of
no.
stuff?
I bought exclusively superior charged particles.
Nothing wrong with that. Good
So,
offensive team, the X-Force.
yep.
So Doc Ock, put that in the back of your mind, especially since you're building up that X4. The Sin 6
Yeah.
team could be very good.
It's scheduled for January 25th. So,
Mhm.
I mean, obviously Deadpool's done. I'm going to pick away at X23. Domino, I'm just opening orbs. It's completely luck.
Yep.
Negasonic, I can only hope to hit a couple orbs because, frankly, I don't. If I can get that Doom open,
Mhm.
then it's not a long farm. But my account is just not in a position to get to that Doom node yet.
Yeah.
It's a ways away.
I mean, you could get the Hella node, right?
Exactly. I mean, I would be lucky to get to that node by the time January 25th come up.
So
realistically,
the next, because you'll get Shuri obviously because you got Sin 6, which is why we skipped
yeah,
over it.
Shuri is no problem. So then Ma is completely. He's on January 11th. He's completely dependent on Black Bolt.
And Black Bolt. Phoenix is probably your next one you want to go for.
Right.
And
so if I go, that is what? That is
controller, villain, mystic.
Mystic, right? That's the other one. So where is Mystic? Right here.
And then obviously villain, yeah.
So I have been steadfastly farming for energy Nobu.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me cry every time I do it, but I do it. Ronin's kind of just happened. I don't even really know how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been nice. Mordo, I got about 2 months on a farm for out of what's he in? Arena. So that's not too bad. And then yeah, this one's gonna be kind of a nightmare.
Unless you can get
Loki,
the Hella, but I mean she's a hard one to farm.
Yeah. So that's really my choice is trying to get Hella, right? And
well, she unlocks kind of three, right? Like, so she unlocks Phoenix, she unlocks Black Bolt, which inherently unlocks
Maw.
So I would definitely really try to get that.
Kind of going all in on trying to get Hella. Is like all my resources from DD2 are going towards getting me Hella.
Yeah.
Literally everything, like all my resources for my first 5 nodes, I think, other than of course the megas. Like all the gold orbs went to getting my city heroes to not be bad so that I could 1-star 7.1 heroes. Then I literally turned around and now it's everything into Sin 6 just to get the first 3 nodes done. Then it'll be, what is it, Mystics?
Yeah, villain Mystics.
Yeah, villain Mystics. So, you know, it's a thing. And that's sort of where we're at. I'm just trying to get that rush to Hella because I feel like that'll open up the floodgates again. Like DD2 was big.
Yeah.
Going through again is going to give me gear and resources.
So to sum up sort of what we've talked about, I would recommend, pulling off the X-Men, put on the Asgardians for your war, which, as you said, isn't a huge focus for you. Symbiotes, they have a couple of extra things. One is they will probably help you in arena over the BKT team. They'll help you with the raids, and you'll move into taking them into Dark Dimension 3 and probably most likely 4. We haven't seen Dark Dimension 4 yet, but they've got city nodes, so I can imagine that they're going to be just as good run right there.
Right.
With your legendaries, this game's all about legendaries, so I definitely recommend focusing. If you get Phoenix the next time round, that would be amazing, which would inherently probably be able to get you Black Bolt the next time if you can't make it this time. So he comes out on the 14th of December. You still got about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So
it's just basically a race to Hella, and then I can put all of my crystals into triple pump in that node if that's what has to happen.
You get Black Bolt for his event, so it's not actually that. difficult.
It's
so,
just a requirement.
Yeah. And then, with the ISOs, I recommend probably stopping at level 3 on the teams that use them the most, which is obviously your Arena, your Alliance teams and stuff, and probably not investing too much in just War teams, just to boost up, teams that use them War, since you're not super focused on War.
Right.
But then obviously focusing on first your Sin 6 team, because that's the way you chose, and then moving on to those Mystics. Preferably choosing Mystics that you know you're going to use. So you know that you're going to use Loki, you know you're going to use Hela, you know you're going to use Mordo, plus that Supernatural team's actually quite good on offense as well. So you're just doubling up on where you can use these characters. Do you have any questions?
That's why I don't want to find. That's why I don't want to farm Hand Assassin.
Yeah. Well, they might get a rework.
Oh, don't start that.
Do you have any questions about going forward?
No, I think that covers a lot.
I'll probably check in a couple of weeks. You can hit me up on Discord anyway if you have any questions. But yeah, I'd just like to thank you, Ab, for being the first one in Analyze This.
Thank you.
New
and
series.
I appreciate you having me on.
New series that I'm having on YouTube, guys. So remember to hit that like and subscribe button so you're not missing a thing. We also obviously post the MSF Roundtable, and come and check us out there on Twitch Friday nights.
That's always a good time. Always a good time.
Always a good time. All right, guys. Thanks very much, and have a good one. Ciao.